Welcome to Forex Daybreak, a daily podcast where we cover 8 Forex pairs and give you our view on the market direction for these pairs. If you are trading Forex market, this is the #1 show to start your trading day. Now, let's begin today's episode.
Good morning everybody and welcome to Forex Daybreak episode 5. In this daily Forex update I will give you my view on 8 Forex pairs I analyze using Elliott wave principle. My name is Ville Vainio and today is 13th of August 2015. Show notes for this episode can be found at forexdayBreak.com/5. Now let's get started. Okay, the topic has remained in the China. They have devaluated the yuan quite a lot for the past days. It is now at a 4-year low of 6.4510 per $1. Also, there has been some intervention from the banks to support the currency, and there is some limitations for dollar purchases, and there is a concern about the Chinese slowdown. The economy is slowing down and nobody knows what is the true state of China's economy. The numbers they release cannot be fully trusted, so the situation can be even worse than the China is reporting. Yesterday was a quite slow day on the news front, but quite a volatile day on the currency markets. So let's get right on to the Forex market. And first up we have EURUSD. Yesterday was a strong day for Euro again. The price now is 111.4. EURUSD has strengthened, has gone higher for the past few days. My wave count is seeing this as the next leg of the larger correction. Leg Y, minor wave Y, possibly the first 3 waves of this move have been formed right now. I'm expecting this to reach somewhere around 115 area when this correction is finished. Key levels today for the EURUSD pair are the downside. Minute wave D peak at 111.27 is giving support. We are quite near on that level right now. Upside resistance area around 112.15. The latest 2 peaks are the resistance for EURUSD. Now let's move to dollar yen. Also very strong decline yesterday for the dollar in this pair. Dollar yen went right through the trend line I had drawn on my charts. The trend line connected the latest lows, and like I was suspecting, the anemic upwards trend was a correction. And now we are at 124.395. I'm expecting more downside on dollar yen to complete this corrective wave to the downside, and possibly somewhere a little below of the latest low 123. Slightly below that, I'm expecting this to end. Key levels on Euro Yen. Support level of 123.71 is the next on the downside. Upside resistance is the trend line, which I have drawn on my charts. This gives a resistance around 124.6. Next, pound dollar. The volatility has not manifested in this pair. We are still more or less on the sideways correction. I have labeled this correction as ended on the last low. We are now at 156.18 the latest low is around 154.2. This is still unclear if that correction has ended or if we are still forming and it's getting even more complex. Let's see how this works out. My wave count is proposing more upside on this pair, but still there is no clear indication of the trend direction here. Key levels for pound yen. This whole sideways pattern can be counted as a support level. We are now at 156.17 and it is hard to say which is the strong support area here. And on the upside, resistance is at 156.9. Those are the peaks on the sideways correction. So quite hard to say what is the direction here. I'm expecting more upside, but this can still be the corrective minuet wave 2. Next up is Euro Pound. Upside has continued yesterday in this pair. The wave structure and the divisions of the small waves are quite unclear. Perhaps we are now at wave 3 on the upside. First two waves might have been completed, but I need a little more upside to confirm that. My wave count is proposing more upside on Euro Pound, so maybe we get those needed smaller degree wave divisions to start labeling this upside more properly. Key levels on Euro Pound, immediate downside support is around 0.7097 and next resistance remains 0.7166, the latest short-term high. And then after that there is the recent peak at 72.2 and then there is quite open upside if this reaches on those levels. Next is Euro Yen. Euro Yen has been stronger for the past few days. The triangle scenario was not correct, what I had anticipated earlier. Now the labeling is that we are going to see more upside as minute wave C is forming, and we are now on small degree wave 3 to the upside, completing minuet wave 3. Key levels on Euro Yen, 138.88 has held as resistance and we are now at 138.58. So that resistance has held. Downside support level 137.785 will act as minor support. We could get a correction at this position, but I'm expecting this upside to continue further on the coming days and weeks. Next is Pound Yen. Here the wave structure is not clear. It seemed that the upside would have continued, but the recent downturn yesterday made this more difficult to say what is really going on here. We are now at 194.28 and perhaps we are still forming the minute wave 2 correction, so hard to say if there is more downside still to come. If there is correlation to dollar yen, there should be more downside, but like I said before, euro yen is going higher, so the correlation is quite hard also to figure out. Key levels on pound yen, upside resistance comes at 195.22, the latest short-term high, and on the downside 193.94 is the immediate support zone. Those levels are quite near, so perhaps we get a test on those levels today. Next is Euro Canadian dollar. Also here the wave structure is not giving any clear signals about the trend direction. There has been upside for the past few days, but this is not looking impulsive. Of course, this whole structure is correction, but my wave count is proposing we are now at minute wave C, so there should be some small degree impulsive structure what I don't see right now at the chart, so hard to say. My wave count is proposing more upside, but at this point this is looking bearish. Perhaps we are on a small degree correction right now, and we will get more upside when this is finished. The price is now 144.58 and key levels on Euro Canadian. Next resistance on the upside is set at 145.77. After that, upside is quite open. And on the downside, support comes 144.5. So those levels are ones to watch on Euro Canadian. Finally, we have US dollar, Canadian dollar. Yesterday, quite a strong decline. US dollar has been weak for the past 2 days across the board, and this has been also seen in US dollar Canadian. We are now at 129.878 and key levels for the pair are next support level on the downside 129.16 and upside there is the latest peak, minute wave 3 peak at 121, almost flat, so that should act as resistance on the upside. Okay, that's all for today's episode. Visit the show notes at ForexDayBreak.com/5 and leave your comments if you have any. Thanks for listening, and now go make some profits, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Thanks for your interest in Forex Daybreak Daily Podcast. If you like this show, we hope you'll visit our website, www.ForexDayBreak.com, and tell your friends about us. Be sure to check the show notes on our website for this episode. Join us next time for another episode of Forex Daybreak.